Catherine's reign was an uneventful one, perhaps even mediocre. The Russian state began looking inward, away from foreign affairs, organizing its newly conquered lands. Other great European powers were not interested in the fact that Russia has managed to consolidate its position in the East. The two greatest powers in Western continental Europe, France and Spain, have been waging war on each other, while England and Austria were contesting the control of the European coast of the Northern Sea. In 1719, a major epidemic of plague has broken out in Central Asia, with the death toll reaching nearly 10 million, spreading out of Asia and reaching northern Russia and some major towns like Tsaritsyn just within a single year. While the disease was ravaging the southern regions, Catherine's government did piss all about it. Catherine went from being at least not hated to outright despised by the common folk.
Boo! You suck!
Greater attention was given to completing the colonization of Siberia and the uninhabited regions of northern Caucasus. This process was complete by 1730, but the first Empress of Russia would not live long enough to see that happen, as she died 3 years before. The throne was inherited by Peter II in 1727. The people's memory of him was awful, as he was too easily swayed by the will of the aristocrats that always accompanied him, trying to convince him to reverse all of Peter's reforms. But thankfully for all of Russia, he died of illness in 1730, before he could do any real damage to Russia. In the aftermath of Peter II's death, two cliques formed: the Legitimists, who wanted a Romanov to be on the throne, and the secret Chancellery, who wanted a monarch that they could control. The secret Chancellery won out eventually, orchestrating a coup that placed the irrelevant Duchess of Courland on the throne. She was presented with the conditions by the aristocracy that she has no right to declare war, order about the royal treasury, order an army, make peace in wars, nor interfere in foreign affairs. However, the secret Chancellery's gambit backfired, as the Duchess of Courland, now Empress Anna Ivanovna, ordered these schemers arrested. Russia was now under the absolute power of a former minor noblewoman, a noblewoman intent on building a legacy. The opportunity to do so presented itself when the Sultan of Bitlis offered to attack the Ottomans. Naturally, Anna jumped at the opportunity. By the beginning of the next year, all of Crimea was under Russian occupation. A Tatar rebellion began around the same time, but by 1731, it was brutally crushed. By mid-1731, the Ottoman vassal, Moldavia, was fully occupied. Feeling more confident than ever, the Russians assembled a force to land in Constantinople, the Ottoman capital. Even though the attack was a failure, the fact that their capital was now this vulnerable forced the Turks to hastily agree to Russia's peace terms. As a result of this war, Russia now had permanent control of Crimea and of the Caucasus coastline, resulting in the remaining independent tribes of the region within Russia's sphere of influence. In 1736, news have reached the Russian court of Paris having been occupied by the Spanish.